something.
Okay, now you exist. All right, turn
Yeah.
on Rumble. Nah, I don't care. Oh, turn that down. Anyway, so let's restart this. How was your day?
Pretty good. I hung out with Mason
No, you did.
and
So did you do um um 3 ultimate?
well, that was supposed to be the plan, but we ended up talking about Persona. He just finished Persona 3 and we were having a talk about 3, 4, and 5 and what we thought about each one.
Hmm. Is that why you want to talk about what we think of the styles, or at least the new changes that they put in?
Well, yeah, the new styles and what they changed to the old styles, how
Mm-hmm.
we feel about the changes.
Although I will say that I don't have a full grasp on every single change they did with every weapon, but I will talk about the ones that I did try. I am not touching Longsword or Encyclave. That I refuse to use either of them.
Well, I can talk about them because I've messed with both of them.
Um,
I wanted to mess with everything, so
yeah, I
I haven't
haven't.
messed with the cats yet, though. So that's on you.
I only messed with Beast one. I don't know. Like my friend translated each one of them, but I like didn't know. And there's this there's one style that has the, if you're looking at it, it's the first one from the second row. It's like a
Yeah,
square box within a square box, and then some stuff. He said he couldn't read that because it was kanji. Was it kanji? I don't forget which one. But it's the other variant,
ah,
and he couldn't read
oh,
that, so he never
it's
translated.
it's a square box within a square box.
Yes.
From what I know, and this is from what little I know, that stands for evasion.
Ah.
Yeah, that's the symbol for evasion, but I'll look at it to make sure that's the right one that I'm thinking of.
Well, it looks like a cabinet box with.
Well, I mean, let me just look now because I'm just messing around over there, Gus.
I am just insulting. I am I am inadvertently insulting the Japanese language.
Their
Even,
writings.
only because I have no idea what any of these are. Although technically, if you look at the Korean one, you can insult that even more. It's basically sticks and stones.
So, cat, which one?
So the first one from the second row.
Yeah, that's the evasion symbol.
Oh,
That's for evasion. So,
wow, that I I like how they take in the entire English word evasion and just make it super simple. It's a
I'm not
box
sure. It
within a
might be
box.
evade, but you know,
It's still a box within a box. That is
yeah.
so simple. Why don't we get that? Oh well, whatever. But I tried Beast Cat. Oh, that's what you do with that. Anyway, um so you just talked with Mason about Persona.
Pretty much.
Hmm.
Like, stuff about Vita TV and how to try to make PS1 games look better on the Vita TV.
Ah. Well, I'm not gonna touch Persona for a while because my friend has yet to beat Persona 5. Because apparently he was playing 2 days ago, but found an enemy that just annihilated him instantly, and so he lost like 30
But
minutes of progress
30 minutes?
or something. I don't know. He
Dude, I messed up in Persona 5 once and I replayed like 2 hours of progress.
I don't know. He fought some enemy that somehow they got like 4 turns like in a row and killed him.
Probably accidentally ran into the Reaper because that's like the only thing I can think of.
I
And
don't
the
know.
Reaper's like a level 99 enemy.
I have no idea. I've
That's
never
what I'm
played it.
assuming. That's just my assumptions. But anyway, Monster Hunter.
Yes. Well, I was just gonna say that my cousin and aunt left yesterday,
You
and
mean as in,
they're now residing in Chicago, waiting for the, I guess, I don't know, till like Wednesday or something. Then they're gonna take a flight over to Korea. I don't know what's happening, but that
did something bad happen?
no,
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
no, it's like they just decided that they want to live in Chicago for a bit. We have no look. Let's just say that they're like the biggest enigma for us because they don't really say anything to us, and then they just decided it. So if anybody knows mathematics, do you know what a cosine and sine waves are?
Yeah.
Like they just go up and down in a smooth fashion. So like that's what opinion, like people's opinion should be like. It slowly changes. Like it could be as fast as possible when it changes, but there's no sharp turns. There they acted like a square wave, where everything was literally an on or an off switch. There was no in betweens, no like smoothness. It was just, and so we have no idea why they're there.
Okay then.
But they
Let's
decided to live in Chicago for a bit. All right.
move back to Korea.
Yeah. No idea. Anyway, to Monster Hunter. Um, so should we go over each of the weapons?
Yeah, we can go in order.
I will say that on the premise, I have not touched longsword, sword and shield, which I mean, whatever. Uh, well, I guess I touched it. Dual blades. I didn't touch hammer. I didn't touch switch axe, charge blade, insectlave. That's it.
I haven't touched Witch Axe. That's it.
I think I'll like switch axe, cause I've always liked switch axe. It was simple and easy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so should we go over greatsword?
So yeah, I mean Guild, Aerial, and Striker haven't changed. So
Guild, aerial, and
so
striker. Yeah. I haven't
with it,
tried
yeah.
adept.
Don't necessarily feel the monsters in the demo are a bit
What's up? You're breaking out.
like that. I don't really feel the monsters in the demo are like tailored for Adept Greatsword.
I mean, you can make it work. It's slightly hard.
Yeah, because I tried Adept on Jetson and Barioth, and Barioth was a little bit easier, but
I don't
I
know.
feel like with some monsters, Adept Greatsword will be really fun against, and others it'll be kind of a pain.
Yeah. I mean, I did
But
adept.
overall, oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
I was just gonna say adept heavy bowgun was the only thing that helped me kill Jetson really pretty like relatively quickly. I guess 18 minutes is not relatively quickly. Never mind. Anyway,
Uh, I do feel the overall change to it is a good change.
I say it's pretty positive. Brave is really nice.
Yeah, going on to Brave Greatsword. Oh, it's a solid style.
I would say
Probably the new best style, quote unquote. Maybe next to Guild.
I haven't tried alchemy. Have you?
Yes, I wanted to make sure. So I've pretty much tried all of the new styles, except for Switch X, and all of the changed styles.
All right.
Alchemy Greatsword just loses the super pound thing where when you hold back and press X to do the
Oh,
charge
the where you
overhead swing, I guess.
turn around and like charge backwards.
Yeah,
Oh, that's fine. I mean, that's literally just striker. Who cares?
yeah, that's basically what it is.
Okay, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I think Brave. So I think Brave gives a lot more utility in terms of, you know, it's always sad with like whenever you're charging a greatsword and then the monster's just like, I'm gonna sidestep, and you're like, I can't hit you.
Yeah.
And so they give you that option to like do the back charge and then press A to like slide into them.
That brings in the problem of Brave, which is you have to be in Brave mode to do it. So,
But I feel like it's not too bad because the thing is you yes, you have to do the brave charge and it's slightly slower, but you also get the brave dodge, which sheathes your weapon so you can just run away and then charge again or pull it out. So
yeah.
it's I don't think it's that big of a loss, honestly.
Yeah, overall, if we're talking Greatsword, Guild and Brave are probably the two best options.
Guild brave
Greatsword overall.
adept is just for funds.
We'll see, because like I could see a couple monsters in my head Adept being really good against, but not
Um,
a lot. It
e
being pretty good against Laggy. Like I feel Adept Greatsword's going to be really awesome.
mhm.
Maybe Astalos if you know like the way he moves well enough.
Glaveness wouldn't
Probably
be
really good against
too
Mammoth.
bad, I feel.
Probably be really good against Mammoth as well once
Mhm.
you that out. Striker's just Striker,
Who
and
cares?
Aerial is still kind of crap.
I mean, it's like it's easy mode. It's easy mode, greatsword. You jump, you smash, you also get the aerial hit. So you can't lose, except you lose the damage output. That's it.
And I feel uh, Alchemy Greatsword is overall a pretty solid choice if you don't mind losing the uh, back swipe.
I mean, it's the difference between getting your using your arts, like compared to striker and alchemy. It's comparing whether you want to use the arts more or you want to play around with the barrel.
Support with the SP and barrel.
Yeah, because the barrel, I feel like greatsword's a pretty solid choice for support. Oddly enough, because you can charge it up really quickly, and then just sheath it away, run away, and then do a barrel. Pretty solid to me. Now the longsword, which I refuse to touch, but I will eventually touch.
None of the styles changed from like generations as far as I'm aware.
I saw Kanta Permis, not adept, brave longsword, and I was just like, that counter is much better than the lances. Why?
Yeah, Brave Longsword is like basically none of the longsword styles are bad. Like I hear a lot of people say alchemy's bad, but I don't see it whatsoever. But we'll get to that when we get to alchemy. But
Yeah,
yeah, Brave,
like
Brave
the
Longsword.
he literally just goes like, you know
Yeah,
how the double
and
stab. I
attack.
was like, you're so screwed with the double stab. He's just like counter, hit, like just slash randomly, counter again. I was like, what? You can do that consecutively? You can't do that with the lance.
Yeah,
I was like, what? Screw
yeah.
this.
Biggest downside to Brave Longsword is it's one of the ones that takes the longest to build up your Brave gauge, which I think is a fair trade-off.
I think that's pretty fair. I mean, the fact that you can just your counter immediately hits afterward, that's a pretty good.
Plus, a lot of people don't realize is you can the way they changed the Spirit Slash with the Longsword.
Yeah.
After you counter, you can run in. So, like if you can see Jetson doing the double, you can counter, and if you're at the right distance, you literally just run right under him, do the next slash, and then do the adept swing.
Well, you do the thing where you like lunge yourself forward and slash like horizontally, and then you do the
Yeah,
like
yeah,
critical or whatever. That
yeah,
doesn't that only just does extra damage, right?
yeah. But it's also good for positioning because
Yeah.
it's just a free movement option. Now, I think that's everything for Brave.
Yeah.
Brave is just awesome on longsword. There's no
I still
ifs,
refuse to
ands, or
touch
buts
it.
about it. Will
Although
at
I
some
will
point.
say that they don't make the gauge obligatory because Brave is the gauge.
Yeah, so you fill it up once and lose it, and then fill it up again and lose it.
That rather than like constantly trying to like battle myself for that time.
Uh
So
huh.
so I will say if I ever touch longsword, it's probably with Brave. But let's hear alchemy.
It really feels like they were just trying to mess with people's muscle memory. And I
Really?
think that's why people don't like it because it has everything the longsword, guild longsword has
But
ability to fade slash backward. You can fade slash left and right, but you can't fade slash backward. It has everything else the longsword normally
wait, but
has.
doesn't I think it was doesn't like adept lose the fade slash backwards?
Yeah, but I'm saying it has everything guild has except that.
Oh, who cares?
And then the thing, what I'm saying is they mess with your muscle memory is that the normal XXA combo
Yeah.
and then repeat is just mapped to X now, and then A is your fade slash, and
What's
then
R?
R is your spirit combo.
Wait. Oh, so A, or it's X X X X
No,
X X
X,
S.
X, X,
Now
X,
it's
X.
R
And if
R
you
R
feel like
R
it,
A, right?
yeah, but yeah, and you can build up your gauge normally just by doing R like guild or striker. Yeah,
Okay. You
yeah, it's
know
literally just like A is now your fade slash button, and X is your infinite combo.
that you know that's not you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the Wii with longsword. So in the Wii, if anybody remembers it, so you waggled. If you waggled, you do the entire combo, or I mean, you can just press. I think it was A, and it still do the same thing. But then when you wanted to do this spirit combo, you had to use the nunchuck Z, do all that, and once you wanted the final like slash, you had to press A. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
You know,
either
like
waggles, Z, and A. That's it. And then the
you know.
spirit. Oh, go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say I could relate alchemy better to striker in the fact that striker only gets the back fade slash and alchemy only gets the side fade slashes. But other than that, there's no difference between the two styles.
Look, like with the Wii nunchuck, you had to use the minus button for fade slash. Ghetto.
Yeah,
Like it's not that bad. I think. I'll have to try it. I mean, it might be just hypocrisy, and I might say it's stupid, but who knows?
that's basically it. Like any long sword style you pick, you're fine.
Or at
Long
least like
sword's good
with
all
muscle
around.
memory, it's not too bad.
Yeah, like long sword is good all around. So
Okay.
now we go on to sword and shield.
So I've tried alchemy sword and shield. That's it.
Yeah,
Cause
they haven't changed anything from the past four styles, as far as I'm aware.
no,
I couldn't find any differences with aerial or adept. So
and then
then
we
again, maybe I just never played them enough. Um, Brave, Brave is just basically the sword and the shield. It's like unlocking the sword and shield once you hit Brave.
really is it that weird?
Yeah, and then once you get it, like if you're in mid combo, you can press XA to do like a back hop, like
Uh
a
huh.
super back hop. And then you have like three options, which is like roll and like, I believe press A to do like a slide in again, or press XA again to do like a jump attack in.
Yeah.
Weird. I could see it having some overall use, but I still feel people will either probably just default to striker
I feel like striker or alchemy are basically the same. So
or
alchemy
brave. Like any of those four, I could see people default to, but like aerial and adept still kind of feel meh.
Like I felt like Ariel and Adept were kind of crap.
They kind of lost too much.
Cause the regular sword combos with XXX is fine, but the A's are always the shield bash, which it's slightly too long, and you lose the fact that the sword part, the sword gets like a 50% bonus
Hmm.
or something like attack bonus compared to the shield, which is just flat 100% of what it does. I don't know. But alchemy, you lose the weird like overhead swipe,
Yeah,
which I guess it's very confusing because I've always seen that, but it's not detrimental. So I can see why when Kanto was doing that, like he didn't do the round thing because it does kind of move like screw up your possession. But other than that, whatever. Striker and alchemy are pretty solid.
yeah, I'd say overall, Guild, Striker, Brave, and Alchemy would be the four styles you go for on Sword and Shield.
Yep. All right.
I'd say Brave would take the longest to get used to at the end, but I still feel it's overall a solid choice.
Not too bad, but I feel like I wouldn't invest time into it. That's my thought.
Yeah,
Because honestly, having just one art is it's slightly big of a loss when you have like
four
round
amazing
force that
artists.
gives you invincibility, and then you can have two others that give you extra invincibility, or you can do the chaos oil.
And like you got Shoryugeki, which is awesome, and that Sword Dance, which is also awesome. So at the end of the day, it's don't really want to lose the arts.
Yeah, unless you like, I understand speedrunner strats if they can find it, and you just use chaos oil and then just do whatever with the sword and shield. But I'm not gonna be speedrunning or trying to like blast through enemies. So striker and adept
Alchemy.
or alchemy are probably my choice. Mostly striker, so that I can like combo it with the composed,
Yeah.
just to get it back faster. All right, so should we move on to dual swords?
Yeah, I think we've covered Sword and Shield.
Mm-hmm.
So dual blades, they nerfed Adept.
Oh, they
They
did.
really did nerf Adept next. So the biggest thing they nerfed with Adept was the fact that when you do the Adept dodge
Yeah.
into a monster, it no longer fills up the Archdemon mode gauge anymore.
Oh, cause that. I'm fine with
I
that.
mean, it's not that hard to click demon mode and do a quick spin and then go
Like
out of
one
demon
spin
mode.
and then dash out. So
Yeah, so they really didn't nerf Adept dual blades that much. So it's still overall probably
it's probably
one of the best styles.
detrimental to those who like speed like try and kill the monster quickly, because then they have to actually go into demonize mode to build up the gauge again, just so that they can do the spin dash, like the dash dodge.
Yeah, but overall, it's not that big of a
Whatever.
nerf.
Don't
Yeah,
care.
whatever. Brave dual blades. I like Brave dual blades a lot.
What do you lose?
In the beginning, it kind of feels like Freedom Unite dual blades, so maybe that's why it doesn't bother me much.
So do you
To
just
once you enter Brave, you basically enter a permanent demon mode
oh
for that time.
so you don't get demonize mode until you hit
Mode is
brave.
no, demon mode is completely gone from Brave.
Oh,
There
okay.
is no demon mode. Basically, once you fill up your Brave gauge, you enter demon mode.
I see.
And then Dual Blade's got a counter because lol, why not?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the super run, which is a fantastic tool in general. So when you press R to demon mode, instead your character runs straight forward super fast.
And that has guard point.
That, once you've entered Brave mode, yeah. If you're outside of Brave, you just get a dash, which is still honestly really nice. Though
Okay.
I will say it consumes stamina. It's probably the fastest stamina consumption in the game. Like
Compared to
you
the
lose
Lancer?
stamina. Yeah, like it consumes more stamina than the Lance Charge.
Really?
It's that insane. Yeah,
Well, you can always combat it with Mega Dash juice. So who cares?
like here's the thing, and this is something I legit tested.
Yeah.
So the dashes, they are dashes, so you can't hold it and run forever. So
Yeah.
it's a set distance.
Mm-hmm.
Flight and tried it at full stamina. I went under 3/4 of my stamina in that one dash, and it dropped fast. It was nuts. How it's a very heavy stamina consumption.
I mean, you are countering, so
Well, I mean, even outside of it. So yeah, just be a little wary of that.
but
But other than that, like once you hit brave mode, you've entered ham mode. Like you don't stop. It's kind of scary
or you shouldn't stop.
because like your normal moves are just everything. But like when you, let's say you're in the middle of a combo, because you still. Let me say this first before we get. So when you do a counter,
Yeah.
it's the like the move you do is the spin dash when the character counters, and then you gain sharpness back. By the way, when you do a successful counter,
That is beautiful.
and another thing is if you press XA, you can reposition yourself with another spin dash.
What?
Yeah,
So you spin dash to counter only to spin dash again to
to
reposition?
reposition yourself, and
Huh.
then you start spamming, and like any time during your regular combos, you can press XA, hold up the swords and like enter like the normal demon mode and do a very quick like demon dance, and then
Hmm.
they'll exit out of it. So
So never stop dancing.
yeah, really, it's nuts. Like Brave dual blades are awesome. But anyway, we're done gushing about Brave dual blades. Alchemy dual blades.
Yeah.
They're weird, to say the least, but I don't necessarily think they're bad. So they lose is the spin dash, which to some people I already know is a giant turnoff.
I mean, for me, yes, but oh well.
It's a really weird thing because like once you enter demon mode and archdemon mode with alchemy, you can basically just mash X because you kind of lose the infinite combo, or it's a lot shorter, I guess to say.
Yeah.
So like when you mash X in archdemon mode with alchemy, you end with that like demon dance that you can do, like the
Mm-hmm.
smaller version of it, like every time instead of having to press XA.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest thing I can say about it is like a shorter infinite, and then your X combo is a lot longer.
Okay.
Well, that was the other thing I forgot to mention, and I'm sorry for going back to Brave, but like after the demon dance in Brave,
You can counter.
no, there's. I don't think you can counter. You probably can. I just never tried it, but I know you can dash pretty much right out of it.
So the R is just they gave the ability for you to run in brave mode, except even faster, but with higher stamina consumption.
Yeah,
Okay, so run away or run in. Who cares? It's either one of them. So start
Over,
running.
overall, though, I don't feel alchemy is a bad style
It
for
doesn't
dual
seem
blades. It's
like
just
it.
one of those things that's gonna just take a little time to get used to. I think right. I think dual blades are just like the long sword, where they really don't have a single bad style to them.
Mm-hmm.
All the styles are overall good.
Hammer.
Hammer. So striker hammer still sucks.
The triple pound is literally a triple pound.
Makes me sad. I was so hoping they would have buffed it in some way, changed
Well,
it to where I
here's
could use it.
here's the thing. Like, you can just do super pounds all day, put focus on it, and then you can just super pound, super pound, super pound, super pound.
Yeah, I guess that's fair, but it still feels weird.
It's
Uh,
super weird.
Aerial hammer, adapt hammer, still the same.
So I
Uh,
tried alchemy hammer, but we'll go to that later. Or at least I touched with it. Brave hammer.
Brave hammer. It loses the golf swing.
That's
It's a
okay.
weird style.
Isn't it just 2 X's and you're done?
Yeah. It's a very strange style to get accustomed to. It also has the slowest, like, brave attack, quote unquote, where you press Y and then have to do an attack.
Yeah.
I feel honestly, at the end of the day, Brave Hammer probably has one of the highest skill ceilings. With practice, Brave Hammer is really awesome. But as of right now, I'm not that good with like chaining the charges together.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you get it? Because there's 3 chains to it. So you have like the normal uppercut, and then you hold R immediately afterward, and then you have the super uppercut if you charge it enough, and then you finally get into that adept spin like super pound thing
Mm-hmm.
with the third one.
Spin smash.
Yeah. So overall, like, yeah, I feel Brave Hammer is honestly a lot better for faster monsters if you know what you're doing.
Or at least those with like a pretty easily noticeably like easy to hit heads.
Like the I'm talking about things like Narga and Barioth and maybe even Jetson once you learn its patterns.
I'll probably try it,
The
honestly.
Brave Hammer feels a lot faster.
Oh, really?
Feels like super upswingy, like even more so than Aerial.
Hmm.
I feel like that combined with the new Hunter art would work wonders on KOing like the faster monsters of the game.
Or at least those with higher KOs as well.
Yeah, that too. Like overall, I feel Brave has a super high skill ceiling, but once you get it down, it'll probably be a hell of a ride.
I will try it.
And then Alchemy Hammer,
So
yes, is the answer.
it's
It's the
weird.
answer. It is, but I really like Alchemy Hammer
So
because
the
I'm used to the Freedom Unite stuff, so it doesn't bother me as much.
yeah, because you lose the ability to combo from the golf swing. You can combo from any other point except like the first hit of with X. Like, but it's all the same.
Yeah, I mean, I feel overall the side striker Hammer's got still really good skill, like styles.
Also, you lose the the spinning golf swing. So that's at
Yeah,
least nice for your like super pounds.
I feel to some people that's a detriment, and I can understand that.
Because they understand like the timings of that spin to get the golf swing for like that perfect position.
Plus, it's nice if it's like a monster gets knocked out or tripped, and you kind of feel the KO's close, but not close enough for a super pound, so you can do the spin and end it with the golf swing to get the KO kind of thing.
Eh, I still say the triple pound is much better anyway in terms of damage.
Yeah,
So
but
I don't
yeah,
I personally don't have a big loss. I mean, yes, if people saw me fight Elatrion, I did use the spin golf swing, but whatever.
I'm more used to using the triple pound ball swing on Elatrion's turns, so Alchemy Hammer will fit right at home with me. So,
Hunting
but yeah,
horn. I
well,
used
again,
brave.
just to list it off for Hammer, yeah, again, everything but Striker.
Strike. Oh, okay.
Solid.
Hold on. Striker for super pounds, all the way.
Yeah.
Everything else, stupid.
But anyway, now Hunting Horn. Again, I don't think they changed Striker in any way. So sad face.
I like Brave
Uh,
Hunting Horn. I
awesome.
didn't understand what I was doing.
It's one of those again, like the hammer, where I think people who know the hunting horn will feel right at home with it, like I did.
Hmm.
But people who are still learning, like you, will have a bit of a climb to figure it out.
But I think I like the quick note play thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that.
But other than that, I don't feel like anything's really changed.
I like the sidestep, by the way. That's also really nice. It feels good on hunting horn.
Cause you can immediately get the hell out of there when you're trying to play a song or after you
Yeah,
play
it
a song.
makes it easier to do like the super encores.
Hmm.
Just dash boom instead of roll
And then get
boom.
hit.
Yeah.
Cause the dash at least lets you go. It's like the gunners, except you only go sideways and forward. But you can just dash sideways one forward, and then you'll be out of the monster's reach. Generally.
So brave overall, awesome.
Pretty good.
Uh, Alchemy, not a big fan of.
Really.
It's better than Striker, but I don't like how they took away again the ability to do the upswing from the standstill.
Oh no.
It also, from what I remember, because it was one of the first styles I used, so I should probably play it again at some point. It loses the double A note, which also kind of feels bad. It just feels
Oh.
like Freedom Unite Hunting Horn.
I mean the striker one didn't have it either, so
But the Striker one was just a poke. Terrible. Striker's just awful.
well striker was like lol, let's just make everything just a super pound.
Yeah.
That is it. And I guess I assume the same thing with alchemy.
Nah, it's still got some decent things to it, but overall, I don't think Alchemy fits me personally as well.
It might work with me because I'm still learning, but I don't
Yeah,
know. I think I still prefer the overhead strike just to learn that because that move is pretty sweet.
yeah. But overall, for Hunting Horn, I'd say all of the styles but Striker are fairly decent.
Hmm.
Alchemy's not my cup of tea, but I could see people using it well.
So Lance, I used
Oh
alchemy
boy,
Lance.
and it's
I tried
also just to
oh
say Ariel didn't change. Like I tried all the styles, and Ariel didn't really change. He's a good adapt. So
it's okay.
no Striker is still good, and Guild is okay. But anyway, Brave or Alchemy, which one do we want to go over?
Just keep. Let's go with what we've done. Brave. I haven't touched it.
Brave. It's it's like Hammer to me. It's like Brave Hammer to where it's not gonna fit everyone's cup of tea, and I feel it has a high skill ceiling to it. I see the potential behind it. It's
Hmm.
just one of those weird styles that only a select few are gonna use because Striker is still like the best style for Lance at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Even Promise and Brave, like I could see some wonky stuff being done with it, and probably some really funny stuff at the end of the day.
Because you have two
Have
chances
a
to
guard
counter.
point. Yeah,
So like there's that. So like if Jetson fails his first stab and goes for the second, you have a chance to counter that.
yeah. But overall, I think Brave is a good style. It's just not for everyone and has a very strange skill ceiling.
I feel like I wouldn't touch it.
And,
Alchemy, no.
or at least I don't know what they did with Alchemy Lands. I really don't. Like,
You don't
why
know?
didn't why? Well, no, as in like what they were thinking when they made
Oh,
it.
I have no
Like,
freaking idea.
like why didn't they make it just like Freedom Unite, where you have the normal triple poke but no counter? Like, I feel like that even would have been a better option than leaving
Yeah.
the crappy triple poke in with no counter.
Look, you not only get the nasty like triple like long triple stab, you get everything is just a shield, like shield advance, and you
Yeah,
keep the damn stupid like jump of the jump stab after charging. Like it's like for what?
and it's just I don't know what Capcom was thinking when they made Alchemy Lance, but it's like it's nah
So it,
at the
I
end of
would
the day.
say it's everything that a person thought a lance would do if they didn't know that counter exists.
Yeah,
So I would say this is the best example of like um, what are those things called? Jousting. There we go.
yeah,
That is it. You just advance, or like those you know those Roman militaries where they all have shields and just like have their they put up their shields and put out their lance and like just everybody forms a wall of shields and advance forward like slowly. That is this. And then once like their spear gets broken or whatever, they all one of them would return backwards, the other person would go forward, and they would go back and use the barrels. That's it. And then they would form the rank once they get their lance. It's literally militia. Except
yeah.
shit. Because you don't have 4 people who can make a wall. And frankly, that's a stupid idea anyway in Monster Hunter.
So Lance overall, I feel
Striker only.
Striker adept to an extent, and
I would say
Brave
Adept's
once
not
you've
bad. I just
then
suck.
Brave once you figured it out. But like, yeah, those would be the 3 styles I'd see people use mostly. Lance,
Guild, if you know how to.
get the triple pokes in, like the
Yes.
super triple poke in.
Ariel, you're joking with me. You're literally just.
You're me. You're someone who loves Ariel, and that's the only reason you're using it.
No, I feel like anyone who uses Aerial Lance uses that in front of me is literally a troll. Like you
Besides
are
me,
just trolling me.
besides me, because you know I'm like trying to aerial jump off of things, and even I don't understand the lance and gun lances like aerial iframe. It's like I get every other weapon, but like I don't understand because like the lance doesn't roll, and neither does the gun lance. So I don't know.
You just like vault
Jump
over.
off of people.
I understand the vault, but like what? Like I
It's
thought. So
weird.
here's the thing. Like the alchemy lance, I understand because it's literally just you as like a militia, like Roman spearman with a shield. Ariel's just like that one derpy dude who's just like, nah, let's just jump everything. And
Yeah.
like you're questioning like, what are you doing? Form a rank. It's like, nah, just jump.
Yeah, but Lance, Striker's still the best style, and Adept and Brave are pretty decent overall.
But I would
But
say it's like decent
you
unless you
basically stick with
really
Striker.
unless you really know how to just abuse the hell out of those. Striker. All right, gun lance.
Gun Lance, oh my Jesus, Gun Lance. Nothing's changed with the original 4 styles as far as I
Except
know.
the fact that the
They
styles
just
didn't
buffed
change.
Gun
The
Lance
gun
in
lance
general.
changed.
Brave Gun Lance, all of my best style weapon combination in the game. Like, get the fuck out, monsters! You're gonna lose.
You have a counter reload into a slam.
Yeah.
One of the higher
You have a
potential.
counter outside of Brave Mode. You have a guard point outside of Brave Mode.
Yeah, you can instantly go into a counter like from outside. You can't do
You
that
can.
with a lance. You only can block. I mean, unless you're adept, but screw that thing.
have brave shots, which are stronger than your regular shots that can be used at various different points and can be rapid fired. It's one of the easiest brave modes to fill up your brave gauge.
Cause you just shoot shellings. You're
Yeah,
done. You can't miss unless their monster's really far away. You can't miss with an explosion.
like overall, Capcom heard the complaining about Gunlance and was like, "Fine, here you go." And Gunlance was like, "I'm king. Get on my level, scrubs."
So it's a weapon I should get used to because it's a more aggressive style of lance.
It's redonkulous. Yeah, I love Brave Gunlance. It's easily my favorite thing in this game.
You were saying that you were constantly getting a minute faster each time you were doing
Go a minute and a half faster, around a minute and a half faster, consistently with Brave Gunlance than other weapons I was using. It's ridiculous how good Brave Gunlance is. But anyway, gushing, Alchemy Gunlance. Don't think it's bad. It's just weird.
Well,
Yeah.
like any other styles, they did remove some stuff and added some weird things.
Okay, so Alchemy Gunlance loses the XA upswing,
Okay.
which is weird to me personally because I love that upswing.
It has a
The
huge
other-
range.
Like at first I thought, oh, this would go really well with wide shelling until I realized they also took away the ability to charge your shots. I feel so sorry for wide. Like, wide shelling just doesn't really go with anything, maybe besides striker. And I feel so sad about it. Shelling is really good at the end of the day, but it's just like all the styles are like normal or long or get the fuck out.
Yeah, because like what is it? If you
Oh,
can't,
they did do one thing. They added one thing, which
Alright.
I am very approving of for Alchemy Gunlance.
which is
They gave it the super quick Wyvern Fire. You basically hit XA and it's like whoop, and it's like fast.
oh, so you can
It's like a full power Wyvern Fire like that, and it's awesome. That's like one of the good things I'll give Alchemy Gunlance. That was great.
so you can actually use it rather than like try and find an opportunity to use it.
Yeah, like there were a couple of honest times where I was fighting Barioth and occasionally Jetson, but mostly Barioth, where I was like, he's gonna jump to the side, Wyvern Fire, bam, right in his face, and it's like, yes, Alchemy Gunlance. It's got that awesomeness. But yeah, overall, like you have to do the wow.
Was that thunder?
Yes, it was.
Wow.
Raining. That was loud. Well, if all of a sudden I disconnect, you know what happened.
Boom.
Yeah, boom. Really. Should disconnect my PS4 external at one point, but after this,
Those are words of regret.
they are. Well, we'll finish Alchemy Gunlance, and then I'm gonna get up and disconnect that real quick. But
Alright.
Gunlance, the only way to do the pound is by doing XX and then slam and then Gunlance fire.
Oh.
So it feels weird, but overall, I don't think Alchemy is bad style.
Wait.
It's gonna take time to get used to.
Here's the thing. I know Gunlance moveset because at least in 4, I've messed with it and then looked up how like all the combos. So one of the ways that you can do a Wyvern Fire without doing the slam was doing the shield and like shield and X where you like poke like in a 45-degree angle. Do that 3 times, press XA, and you can do a Wyvern Fire. Can you do that?
I don't use the shield upper poke, so I don't know. I find that almost useless.
I mean, but it was a way you can do Wyvern Fire.
That's one thing you'll have to mess with, or we'll mess with at a later date because I don't know.
All right. I mean,
Gunlance,
it's still
Gunlance is just a different thing between Brave and Alchemy.
Yeah.
Have the shell and reload. So like you shell and then you shell and then you shell. Alchemy has the shell, and then you quick reload and shell again.
Oh, you do the shoot, swing once, get the bullet back, and shoot again.
Yes.
Okay.
But Brave does not have that, just as in Goat.
But, I mean, you're just firing it as a machine gun, so...
I have a guard point that reloads 4 of your shots, so you can't complain. But just as a side note.
But even outside of Brave, you can reload a bullet. You can't, like, after doing, like, guard reload. You can't lose with that one.
Yeah. So, yeah, overall, like, even aerial gun lance is better than aerial lance at the end of the day for, like, normal shelling. Especially now, I could see it being used more since they buffed shelling.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I think the worst style is probably Striker. But even then, it still, I feel like
it compares much better than Lance.
Yeah, like all of the styles are fairly usable.
Like Aerial and Alchemy, they were fucking with you. They were really screwing with you.
And then they're like, "Hey, Gun Lance, you need some love." They're like, "Here you go."
Like you can't lose with any of the styles because the Gun Lance itself is buffed.
Yeah, and even back before it was like, at least the styles were usable.
So yeah.
Gun Lance overall awesome. Glad what they did with it. Gun Lance super fun. Unplug my external before the power goes out and breaks my external hard drive.
Yep.
Give me a moment.
Boom. I think I really enjoy this game. On a side note. But it is really getting hard used to the fact that Y is also a dodge when you're in Brave mode. But that's just me. I am a very slow learner. Can't do anything about that. On a personal level, I will say that Bow sucks in the demo. Or at least it felt kind of crappy. Especially Brave. That was just too weird to me. I've tried light bowgun, at least Brave. Weird? I didn't understand how to use it. Brave heavy bowgun, same thing. I can't. I struggle with the controls.
Okay,
Alchemy,
what are we talking about?
Just a personal note. I just have this stream as an audio note, and now I'm just gonna upload it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to SwitchX.
That's mostly you, because I'm not sure what they did, because I don't know.
So we're gonna ignore SwitchX because I haven't even touched it.
The only things I've heard is that SwitchX is still all the styles are apparently good. Like I've heard Brave is like a super weird like transforming style to where you're supposed to switch a lot between sword and axe mode. Or at a later date. And then Alchemy, I've just heard it's good, so they probably just didn't get rid of enough for it to matter.
Alright. So I will try that on like Macau just so that I can like go to one of the minions and start beating on it. And then try it out.
We'll do that later. Let's keep going with what we do know.
Okay. Charge Blade? No idea.
Guild, Striker, and no changes, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Aerial, my god, yes, Aerial.
Is it good?
They made Charge Blade like the super aerial dunking machine. Like, I dunked Barrioth like a good 4 or 5 times when I was fighting him with it, and I Jetson, but I did it a couple times to him too, and it was great.
So what they buff?
You can charge your shield and not default into an Ultra Burst now.
Oh.
Jump up with a charged shield, and you press A, and you just do the regular super burst.
The triple burst, right?
Yeah, instead of the Ultra one. And
Okay.
the other thing is they did what they did to Gunlance. So they buffed Charge Blade's overall like KO and damage files again.
All right. So you
Back
can
to overall
actually. Okay.
yeah, overall Charge Blade got buffed. And aerial Charge Blade is super fun.
Now.
Well, before it was just a bit more skill ceiling than it is now, I'd say. It's just a lot of people didn't use aerial.
Yeah.
So yeah, Brave. Brave Charge Blade.
Is it good?
Yes. So much yes. It's basically yeah, it's how do I word it? You basically have a perma-charged shield.
Oh, when you go into brave mode,
Yeah.
I like that. I don't have to
Yeah,
build up the stupid
you
gauge.
don't you can do triple, you can do ultra bursts. You don't have to worry about losing that charge until the brave gauge runs out.
I am
Other
perfectly
thing
fine.
is it gains the slide from dual blades and like that.
Oh,
Slide in sword and shield mode, you have a guard point because fuck you.
I
And
like
you
that.
have guard points everywhere and it's awesome. Yeah, like you slide forward, you see that sparkle. Like I've dashed through Barriott's snowballs so many times, and I'm like, get out of my face. The only thing Brave loses overall is the A charge.
Oh, but whatever.
A little sad. I mean, you get the shield bump once you get to Brave Gauge. That's fine. Um, the other thing they changed is the A combo. Once you've hit Brave mode and Axe mode.
Isn't it like you do the normal double swing and then you do an extra double swing and then you go back to double swinging?
No, you do the normal double swing,
Oh.
and then you do like a quick small overhead chop
Mm-hmm.
that does bursts, and then your character brings back the axe and does another bigger one.
Oh.
So it is like a double spin, but it's super powerful, and it's like just an overall good finisher to the Charge Blades
Rather
combos.
than the ultra finish, the ultra burst.
Yeah, or the triple burst.
Okay.
And they buffed the Ultra Burst because they buffed the files again with the KO value. The only thing is it doesn't have the spread effect anymore, so you have to be a lot more
Precise.
precise, like you were in Generations. But they brought the Ultra Burst back to being useful,
Rather than having needing
just
limit breaker.
garbage in Gen. Yeah.
But
So
now
yeah,
that
Ultra Burst is good again.
so you're
So
saying that if you have limit breaker, it's even better.
it's yeah. I can only imagine. But yeah, like overall, Brave Charge Blade is awesome, like Gunlance.
Cool.
I will definitely say again, it's Charge Blade, and to me, Charge Blade has the highest skill ceiling just in general as a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, trying to Brave Charge Blade is gonna be really, really, really difficult. Don't do it. Try to learn Charge Blade normally before you go into it.
Although I will say that I don't know why. In 4U, I used the charge blade a lot and was comfortable with it. But Generations, I somehow like lost that feeling for whatever reason. So who knows? We'll see what happens.
Alchemy Charge Blade is a bit weird. It really I feel it just loses the shield bump overall.
But
But like that's really about it as far as I can tell. Oh, the other thing is you know how with the A charge
yeah,
hold it? Like you hold it and then you get the charge and then you could hold it for a couple seconds afterward to kind of like anticipate the monster.
yeah,
Do that anymore. Like once you hit full charge, it just does it.
okay.
And then instead of having a shield bump, and I find this interesting and I can see where it can be super helpful at times, charge your shield.
Oh, it just instantly charges your shield.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like alchemy charge blade overall will be a good thing once you figure it out.
Doesn't sound too bad.
Anything else I'm trying to remember? Keeps pretty much all the important guard points. Like it keeps the neutral guard points. Like you don't get one for charging or dashing in like adept
But
striker.
do you keep the guard point
Ones
when
when you
transforming?
transform. Yeah, both transforming ones are still there.
Okay.
So I think overall alchemy, it's again one of those things that's just going to take a little time to get used to. But overall, I think charge blade is just a solid choice.
All right.
Pretty good.
Insectclave, the thing I hated the most.
You hate it more than longsword?
Look, I despise the fact that you had to, like, longsword and insectclave were two different things, but I still despise them both. Only because longsword you had to do the R combo to build up the gauge, and I was immensely frustrated with that thing. And then the
glaive,
insect, you have to like, you have to have
keep
a
up the
good,
buffs.
but you have to have a good bug, otherwise you're just
Oh.
like screwed to get the buffs.
Well, remember they changed that though in Double Cross and World.
Yeah, where you can just increase the one bug and then just slap it onto
Bug
any
out.
other
Yeah.
insectclave. I know that, but I'm still frustrated with it.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Brave Clave. It's really just basically Guild Glaive to me. I could see myself using it on occasion, but overall, like the biggest reason I would use it is because of the dash. It gets the dual blade dash once you hit Brave mode
Ah, okay.
for the side steps.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, like because the only way to send out your bug while you're comboing is to get the A button finishers.
Yeah.
I don't ever feel like I'm gonna use that often. I could see it for like the backspin to get away because your bug will fly out when you do that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really about it. And like lose the neutral combo, like the XXAX or whatever it was. I always forget
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's XXAXXA. It
Mhm.
doesn't lose that outside of Brave mode. So, like Brave Insectclave, like I don't know honestly.
I feel like that's more of a
Yeah,
position
over
problem
Guild.
at that point because you have to get the bug to hit the right place while attacking the right place.
Yeah, when I was using it, it was mostly grabbing green, which I was fine with to heal off the chip damage.
Yeah.
So overall, I don't think Brave is bad. It's just
Derp.
to me, it just feels derp. Yeah, like it's not a bad style in the slightest. It's just I feel like they added enough to it. Besides, like the dash, that's like I said, the only reason I use it.
Okay.
Alchemy, I actually kind of like Alchemy in Cyclave.
Oh, isn't it like
It's
weird striker or like a death where it's just like for new people it's like ugh.
in a sense like it's weird to do it because like there is no infinite anymore. They have like an internal, I guess,
You
like an internal measure to where it's like you do XXA, XX, and then the second A will always be a finisher. So like they're counting it internally to where you can't do the infinite anymore.
Yeah.
But overall, like again with time, I feel like Adept Insect isn't that bad overall.
You mean alchemy?
My bad.
Okay.
Yeah. So overall, Alchemy and Insectclave, I'd say it was pretty all right. Like comparing my Brave time to my Alchemy time with the two, it was about a minute slower, but that was because I was still getting used to it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I feel like Alchemy and Insectclave was just fine.
Yeah.
Striker Glaive are okay, but like they're definitely really weird.
Yep.
Overall, I'd still just see people stick with Guild, Aerial,
Aerial for that like super pole vault jump.
Yeah, Brave for the dual blade dash.
Hmm.
Me for I'd say a better like triple art than Striker.
Yeah.
And then Guild, just because Guild Insect Blade is still amazing. So
It's
it's
standard.
Insect Blade at its best.
All right, then it's.
Light Bowgun.
So I've tried Brave Light Bowgun, and I will say I haven't. And I understand the moveset. I don't know how to use it properly.
Well, just real quick before we talk about Brave, let's say Striker and Adept haven't changed, but
Hmm.
Aerial has changed. It gave the Adept reload when you jump in the air.
So now it's actually more useful when you're going in the air rather than being a complete garbage.
So at the end of the day, I do feel Aerial becoming more viable strategy with rapid fire elemental shots.
So long as you're fighting something that takes elemental
That is a
damage in the
decent
back.
amount of elemental. Yeah. So like, doesn't Jetson take decent elemental in the back? Because I know he takes decent shot damage in the back.
He takes decent shot damage. I will say normal twos will probably come in handy.
Overall, aerial light bow gunning will be better, even if you're not jumping constantly. Because at least to me, I'm much more comfortable with the aerial jumps than I am with adept dodges. As weird as that is to say.
Really? I'm more used to the
So
adept.
yeah,
Huh. Maybe it's because you're more gutsy with the jumpies.
yeah.
I
And
just
I
keep
took
it
the
safe.
time to learn where the jump iframes are.
Yeah. Or at least the
Luminous, I'm gonna
time.
jump off your tail. But
Whereas I
anyway,
got used to the adept with its super reload as well as like run, super run.
super reload off of my jumps. So yeah, I feel overall it's a good buff, and I feel aerial will be much more viable now.
I probably use it at some point.
Brave light bowgun. I feel overall it's a good style because it's basically guild, but you get an extra shot
But let's
when you
talk. Let's
side
just
of it.
talk about it for the sake of.
Well, I was gonna bring up a couple things like depending on how much damage those brave shots do. I mean, they're nice because they do exhaust damage. That's one big thing that they have.
Yes.
It's very good. It's just one of those things that I wonder how much overall damage they do. Like, are they stronger than normal ones? Are they weaker than normal
Because
ones?
if they're weaker than normal ones, I would say they're equivalent to an exhaust shot, which does. I don't think it does any damage. I
Well,
know.
no, because I've definitely flinched monsters with the brave shot, and it wasn't when I hit them in the face.
Hmm. So it
So they
does do
definitely do
damage.
damage. How much damage, I don't know. And it's just one of those things that it's like, it's going to determine whether or not it's worth it to do the brave evades, or if it's just like you shoot and then you shoot him.
I mean, here's the thing: if you can pair it up with the Steve Lifebow gun, it wouldn't be too bad. Because while you can do the sidestep, reload while reloading during the sidestep, you can do extra damage.
Or if you have the armor skill that lets all of your bowguns have the Steve effect.
Yeah. So like then it would be slightly more useful because then instead of just taking the time to just reload, do that nasty and annoying
Yeah, I
reload.
feel like overall, for the most part, you'd probably pick Brave over Guild.
Unless there was a reason to use the
Two Hunter Raids.
yeah, but even then you just go with striker, I feel, cuz
Yeah,
what do you I don't remember what you lose with
with
guild versus
Striker
striker.
has the side hops. Striker you can only roll.
Oh, who cares?
Yeah, and then here's a thing with Brave, light bowgun, and heavy bowgun. It is slightly slower if you normally reload.
Yeah, it's although I will say with normal twos I did not find any real difference between the reloads. But like
Yeah,
touching normal threes, compared to like adept and brave, there is a slowness, I think. And then Pierce
but
twos is
that's
just
why
awful.
the Brave reload exists. So,
Yeah. Although
oh,
I
I feel
do
Brave.
occasionally fail that.
Yeah, overall, I feel Brave is awesome. And then,
It's not bad, but I wouldn't. I feel like unless we knew what the brave shots do, I don't think they're. It's either a hit or a miss. Like if they're kind of crap, then it's not something you'd care
it's one
about.
of those things that you throw out on occasion just to like try to exhaust the monster faster.
Like when there's
Or
an
if they're
extra
in a
hammer
trap.
user.
Yeah, or if there's a trap to like try to help with the knockout. But
Hmm.
that's about it. Because
So
that's kind of what light bowgun is supposed to be. It's kind of marketed as more of a support weapon.
although elementally, it's pretty good
Yeah.
compared to the heavy bowgun. But aside that,
Alchemy, it's striker. Do you want to use the barrel or do you want to fill up your hunter arts faster? You pick.
good enough, right?
Yeah, so really I feel now, like especially with the aerial buff, light bowgun's just good all around with the styles. Just
Hmm.
pick your preference.
I feel like Guild kind of misses out, but oh well.
Yeah, because Brave and Striker exist, but I mean, Guild, some people probably still use it. So
I feel like with the sidesteps comparing to the monsters, it's a little bit underwhelming. So I feel like evade extender just to make use of that, if like sidesteps would be a lot better. Because the
yeah,
roll
maybe.
gives you that extra distance, and I feel like I understand the roll's iframe compared to the sidestep, but who knows?
Well, that's the other thing we forgot to say about the Brave shot
What?
is that it has really good critical distance. Well,
I I have a hard time using them, but you do shoot a lot, so why not?
yeah. Now heavy bowgun.
So I've been messing with Brave heavy bowgun, and I still have to get used to it.
Well, first let's say, just like light bowgun, Brave aerial or no, have aerial heavy bowgun.
There we go.
Aerial heavy bowgun now does the adept reload on jumps as well,
So in other
which
words,
overall
pe-
thing
pellet time.
is I feel it can also be good because of people like me who are more used to the aerial jump. So like I could see myself just jumping off of a monster to evade and then positioning myself to crouch fire normals or pierce the thing.
Rather than using the adept, which I'm more used to.
Yeah. So overall I think the aerial jump thing is again just a good.
It's something that's needed because it's kind of lacking in some ways. I mean,
But anyway, Brave, or what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, sure. I mean, aerial pellets exist, but I feel like that's not really a good excuse to not buff up aerial gun, like bow gunning. Because like outside of pellets, like what do you use? You can't. If you were fighting Diablos, it's like you can't really use pellets that easily.
I'd be able to use normals, but it still feel kind of weird.
Yeah, so I feel like the adept reload for aerial
Aerial
would
jumping.
actually make it more viable in terms of just solo ability.
Yeah.
Brave heavy bowgun. Have you messed with it?
Yeah, I did. And I still have trouble with the like brave crouch, but I'm getting it a bit
I
more.
am trying to practice that too. So for the sake of um saying
I
stuff,
just want to make this a point really quick.
yeah.
I think the brave heavy bowgun in the demo is like the heavy bowgun they give you, not
It's
brave heavy
shit.
bowgun. I feel brave heavy bowgun as a whole, once we get like decent weapons and a decent armor, is like I think I didn't say it in this, but it'll be on the level of brave gun lance, if not better, in
See,
terms
so,
of
okay.
how fast it's gonna kill things. Like
So
it's gonna run things over with brave pierce and brave normals like no tomorrow.
hmm So I want to say this. Um, so as just what we've been doing, Brave, you lose the crouch fire until you hit Brave mode. And the thing about it is everything's still the same as if you never had a crouch fire, but reloads slightly slower depending on what shot you use. And once you get into Brave mode, your rolls become slightly more skittish, but you can run. You can do the super run, which doesn't consume any stamina, surprisingly. You can do the slide afterwards, which doesn't consume stamina, surprisingly, and then immediately crouch fire.
Then once you crouch fire, you slowly become a Gatling gun. So it's like bang, 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 bang.
So here's the thing. The time difference between the very beginning of the gun, the heavy bow gun, compared to like any other crouch fires, it's slow. But that's because it's a Gatling gun. It has to rotate and then completely start like firing like crazy. But until then, you're stuck in that position where you don't have a crouch fire. But once you get it going, you can basically no monster cannot flinch from that, unless you're basically shooting nowhere or doing it wrong.
Or maybe Massacre Diablos, where he's like, lol, scrub, get out of my face.
Another thing is that once it gets going, you can stop, readjust quickly, and then continue that, and you won't lose the speed.
Because that's how Gatling guns work in real life. If you stop for a split second, it doesn't just automatically stop.
Yeah, so...
It'll still be spinning.
But the thing is, you don't want... the final bullet to be fired because you're stuck in that animation. So you kind of want to you kind of want to get out of that before anything happens.
Yeah, even though it is a cool as hell animation.
So I think I've used Brave Bow Gun a lot because I was trying to get used to it. And I think do you remember when I said that I did not like Brave Bow Gun even with the Brave Dodge? Like, the Brave Dodge was a very weird thing to me because it was probably the first thing I ever touched. And I felt like, compared to any other weapons that we have, the Brave Dodge for a heavy bowgun was probably what I felt the worst. Because with any other, you sheath your weapon, you can always pull it out pretty quickly. With melee weapons, you always attack. And then with light bowgun and bow, you can pull out your weapon.
To a draw attack or just pull out the light bowgun.
But the heavy bowgun suffers the fact that you have to do the slow assembly.
Fair trade-off with how ridiculous Brave Heavy Bowgun is.
Yeah, so the thing about Brave Heavy Bowgun is that you don't really rely on dodging, I guess mostly dodging the attacks itself. It's more positioning and then running away. Because if the Brave Dodge is literally for when you want to sheath and run away. You don't do it any other time. It's literally just to save your life.
Yeah.
And then once you get into Brave mode, you literally have to keep moving. It's like
keep the monster down, one or the other.
Yeah. So it's literally like if you look at World War, where they had those mobile turrets, you can stay still, but the moment you get like the enemy starts being able to flank you, you have to move, otherwise you're dead. So it's kind of like that where
option to move.
Yeah, so you have the option to move, unlike the World War II people where you're kind of screwed. They just abandon the gun. You're able to run away. So I feel like this is a weapon. This style is not exactly for people who got used to trying to dodge things.
Like me.
Yeah, because like with Adept or any other styles or just regular guild, you're always trying to dodge an attack, or at least try and minimize the damage as possible. Whereas Brave, you can't do that.
You're a turret and you're gonna be powerful.
You're either powerful or you're basically shit. That is it. Any person who sets down a turret is infinitely dangerous. But the moment they're trying to assemble it, they're screwed. Like assembly, running, they're easy targets. But anyway, that's
Yeah.
Brave heavy bowgun. I said my piece. Let's move on.
Alchemy. Alchemy or Striker, pick your poison. You want to fill up your arts faster? Do you want to have barrel? There you go.
But I feel like in this case, Striker is a bit more viable compared to Alchemy because pulling out the barrel is very time consuming with the reload, like the sheathing part.
Not me.
But it's your poison. If a monster flees and you got a barrel, why not?
Yeah. And a friend can't make whetstone with its head.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend like a potion or something.
So, I mean, it's
Probably better overall, but it ain't gonna stop me from using alchemy.
Yeah, I mean, I would say light bowgun's a little bit better because you can sheath it faster, but nothing's stopping you, honestly.
Overall, though, all the heavy bowgun choices are good.
They're solid. They're very solid.
Final weapon, bow.
Just as a premise, bow in this demo is shit.
Very crap. Just like the other two ranged
Like,
weapons.
Let's talk about it. Isn't it like the first shot is pierce, then the second shot is like
spread, and then the third is rapid.
It's spread, but like crappy spread, and then
No, it's actually like spread 4, I think, or spread
Is
3.
it?
Yeah. It's not a terrible thing. It's just the problem is it's crappy raw and it doesn't have an element.
And the fact that isn't the rapid kind of sad? I only saw 2.
It was either 2 or 3, but yeah,
It's
kind of
worthless.
Sad. Anyway, the bow is not trash in main game, but in this demo, it's garbage.
I tried Brave bow. I hate it.
Guild, Striker, and Adept have no changes. Adept bow, surprisingly.
Huh.
They buffed aerial bow. I feel once you get like a good elemental bow or something with a decent level 2, I feel aerial bow could actually be pretty fun.
Also, I just want to interject. Babs is displeased. He wants us to hunt. Go to sleep. You have work, Babs. Anyway, just going to Brave. Should we go to Brave bow or?
Do you have any thoughts on aerial bow besides what I've said of like getting either a good element with a good level 2 shot? I feel like it's a good change, just like the other two aerial gunning styles.
I don't have an opinion. Oh, good night, Babs.
Oh, this was the other. Oh, good night, Babs.
We forced him out.
Yeah. My Babs. This was the other thing they changed, and I think aerial bow might be the only thing that gets this, and it's kind of a good thing at the end of the day. It's stamina regen even while you're in the air.
Oh, I feel like that's actually a good thing.
They're trying to. I don't think the other weapons do. I think Brave bow or aerial bow is the only one that gets stamina consumption or stamina regen after you've jumped off a monster.
I feel like that's a good thing only because you're kind of stuck with stamina.
Because the bow is a heavy stamina consumption weapon.
I wouldn't even say stamina heavy. It's literally dependent on stamina. You can't do anything without it.
Yeah, so like overall, once you get a good bow, I feel aerial bow can be a lot of fun.
I have no opinions because I don't really touch aerial.
Terrible person.
Hey.
Brave bow.
Oh God, I despise Brave bow. It just feels dark to me.
it feels dirt, but I see the power behind it, and it's things where I'm used to just like guild bow and adept bow on occasion. So it feels weird having to build up the brave gauge with bow, and the way they do it is weird. But
I I feel like my opinion is crappy on the bow only because they don't give you focus and the bow is crap.
plus, I think that's just a general thing with brave, to where you try to charge your bow normally outside of brave, it's even slower.
Yeah, but I feel like you just stick with normal two, like level twos, because they ain't bad, unless you got a terrible shot.
Yeah, yeah. Like I feel like brave bow is really good because you get three power shots, and the third power shot doesn't consume any stamina.
I feel like that's an offset to the fact that outside of Brave, I feel like it's kind of
You're
crap
just kind of a sitting duck.
because like I was really confused about the Brave like the Brave charge you're doing, but it turns out it's an arc shot but forward, but the arc shots are kind of crap.
Well, you can charge the like brave thing. Like when you press X to go into the brave charge, you can charge your shot.
Yeah, I knew that because I was really confused. It's like, how do I do the second shot? That's weird. But it turns out you can charge it. But it's really difficult to use because not only do you have to charge it, you have to position yourself correctly. Whereas standing still, as long as you're pretty close to a monster,
So
like you
I'd
don't.
say like alongside brave charge blade, it will probably have a high skill ceiling just because
Yeah,
of that.
and the fact that you kind of need the right bow for it.
Yeah, but then again, you need the right bow for anything. So,
Mm-hmm.
then alchemy bow, because yeah, I think we're done talking about brave bow.
Yeah.
Alchemy bow, and basically striker bow.
So it just charges. That's it.
It has the arc shot, but it doesn't have power shot, and you get your barrel versus going up your hunter arts faster.
Do you still get that weird like double like the rolling charge, like back hop rolling
You
charge?
don't get that as far as I could get. Like I tried to do that, but I didn't get it to work.
Oh.
So
Okay.
yeah, bow is pretty meh. At the end of the day, you're probably gonna stick with brave, gilder, adept, then maybe aerial once you get like a good bow.
Mm-hmm.
Striker and alchemy are pretty meh.
So now to the cat.
I know nothing about any of the cats.
I know nothing about any of them, but I will talk about Beast Cat. That thing is so much fun for no apparent reason. So I still think the Pierce Boomerang cats are probably the speedrunner's choice, only because it's broken. But Beast Cat, it's weird. It's it's instead of doing Boomerang Cat, you literally pile on melee damage because that's what it does. So you have everything. Nothing changes about the cat itself as long as I'm concerned. But you have a new cat skill where you go into beast mode. It costs 2 consumptions, and you can always turn it off anytime you want just reselecting it, and it costs nothing to get out of it because the beast mode is on a timer. But man,
Yeah,
once you get the beast mode claws out, you go nuts for no reason. So the thing about it is, much like the pierce boomerangs, they attack really fast. So you can get your like your gauge back quickly. So once you lose the beast cat the mode, you can always just redo it.
basically go back in.
You can't like the pierce boomerangs are the trouble because you have to get the right position and all that stuff. And sometimes if you're in an incline, you might throw it downwards, and unfortunately, you have to reposition for that.
Oh,
But
they changed that.
Oh, they did?
Yes, you can aim your boomerangs.
Okay, I take it all back then. So now, this one's a little bit better in terms of for people if pierced boomerangs are weird to them. Um, because you have your, it's like the dual swords where you go in a fury. So X does your normal combos, and then you can go out of it at some point to do an A charge where you just like dash forward, slicing everywhere. And at some point, when you do enough of the X combos, you do this weird thing where you're like Goku with his like Kamehameha, except you don't do like a beam, but you start slashing upwards into the air, and then your cat will start roaring. So there's a unique feature about it in that once you're in beast mode, when you do that Kamehameha like aerial like slash, you do a roar, and that roar has a counter on it. So each roar will increase the counter, and when you get to 3, here's the interesting part. You lose the roar, but instead you do a downward spiral like spin slash that does the aerial like attacks. So you can mount the monster. So nothing changes about the cat except too much attacking.
Okay. So Beast Cat overall seems like a fun choice, though.
It's so much fun. Like, if Dual Swords was fun, this cat is fun too.
Hmm.
I will say I didn't understand what I was doing, but I feel like that's kind of the Dual Swords at some point. You just kind of press buttons.
Watch your character just attack.
Just fury outright. So there is a weird downside to it. So one downside is that once you go out of beast mode, obviously you lose the beast counter, so you have to build it up again. But the beast mode lasts 5 minutes or something, 6. So it like you can't. It's not a big detrimental loss, honestly. And then once a monster leaves the area, you can always turn it off and then turn it back on and then go into the area and then do it again. So I don't actually know if you actually have to hit any monsters to get the beast counters, but if you don't, you can always just build it up and then go into the area. Not a problem. But the weird thing is with just a normal cat, you can just do R and Y to use to use one of those cat items instantly anytime you want. But the weird thing about Beast Cat is when you do the RY, anytime you press R, you do a backflip and then do a Y to use the item. So you have that weird backflip to do before you use an item. I don't think it's detrimental. It's just weird. So I'm not sure about that backflip, like whether it has invincibilities or not. And I don't know. But it is one hell of a fun thing to try.
Yeah.
So I definitely recommend Beast Cat. If Boomerang Cat, you can't get that, just go with Beast Cat. It's fun. Oh, another thing about Beast Cat. You have increased defense. So, like, in one occasion when I got stabbed by Jetson, I died from it because I didn't have enough health. But approximately around the same health, I was in beast mode and I took that same jab. I survived it. So I feel like they want you to kind of go crazy because with the increased defense, you can at least take some hits and someone else can try and heal you up while you just go freak out.
Yeah.
So yeah, Beast Cat. It's very fun. Alright, so should we try Switch Axe just to see?
That's what I'm doing.
All right, so which one are you trying?
I'm brave.
All right, I'm going to just go with Macau and then do um, the alchemy just to see. Well, that was a lot of talking.
I feel it's good talking though. Okay, that's neat. I'm liking Brave Switch X, by the way.
Okay. I'm going to try out all the moves and see what I lose. All right. Well, you still get your standard X combos, so that's fine. Wait, let's see if you lose this. No. You don't lose that. Alright, you don't lose that. How about this?
Wait, hold the phone. I gotta try this.
Oh, that's...
Oh my dear lord. Okay, that's what they wanted me to do. Okay, game, I see what you're getting at.
Huh.
And by this is the transforming style.
Huh, that's weird. Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay, that's there. What?
What?
Oh, that's really weird. So do I... Oh, whoa, okay, that is not what I wanted. Okay, so I can still do that. And I can reload. That is so weird. That is super weird. Alright, sure. Ugh. Alright, sure.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
Wait, I need to try that again. Oh. I wonder if it's just me. Huh. Alright. So should we talk about alchemy or should we talk about brave?
Are you done? Because I'm beating up Barrios right now, and
Well, I haven't killed Macau because I was just trying out the brave switch axe. Or
I'm
the
gonna
alchemy.
give Switch X. I don't need to like Switch X more, guys. Like, really.
I like how everybody was talking shit about Switch Axe in Monster Hunter
Oh
Tribe, Monster
my
Hunter 3U.
god.
Now it's actually decent.
Wait. No. No. Can't, no. I'm trying things. Hold on a sec.
I think Phoenix here is having a meltdown.
Well, I mean, I'm killing him almost as fast as my uh, brave.
Gunlance?
Yeah. What the hell, man? Yeah, no, I just killed him. My brave gun lance times are usually around 8:30 to 8:50.
Mm-hmm.
This was 9:12.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I can see why they like brave Switch X now. Literally, you transform and you transform and you transform and you switch.
Okay.
But anyway,
So let's hear about it.
so I didn't really fully get what you lose from Brave Switch Axe, but the thing is, so in Axe mode,
Mm-hmm.
X, which is a like the you know how when you press A, you start doing the chop.
The stamina
It's the
chop?
chop finisher. Yeah,
Yeah.
YX is the chop finisher.
No.
It seemed like YA didn't do anything, or it might have been the yeah YA didn't do anything.
Okay.
R does a transforming slice,
All right.
and then in sword mode, YX is like the quick double swing.
Mm-hmm.
R is the transform slash.
I'll actually pull up the Brave Switch Axe just to see what you're talking about. I just have Macau just for the sake of, you know.
Well, I'll just be in the camp just to make sure I'm not going crazy.
Okay.
I feel like just so Axe mode, did it have another one or YA did nothing? Yeah, YA doesn't do anything. But yeah, YX is the axe chop finisher. But anyway, so once you get into Brave mode, because I didn't actually know about it, or I forgot about it, I should say, you have the dash.
Yeah.
So in sword mode, you cannot chain them together, but in axe mode, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Other thing is after a dash, something I feel like they added to Brave mode, unless I'm crazy, like even outside of Brave mode,
Yeah.
roll and press XA and you do an instant uppercut.
Whoa.
Yeah, and that counts for the dashes too.
Wait, you mean rolling to do an upward swing in the axe mode?
Roll and then press XA with axe mode. Like make it quick too.
I mean, you can always do the upward swing in
That like immediately after a roll, because like it feels like the animation is different. Like if you press XA during a roll, like he actively lands after the roll and does like a forward step and axe uppercut.
hmm.
Maybe I just never used it enough.
Because you can always roll to do an upswing in the axe mode.
Well, let me change to a different style to make sure I'm not
I
going
know
crazy.
in Guild they had that. I used it a lot. If I ever
But
switched
yeah,
it.
you can also dash into that.
Ah.
Super nice. It's like even faster. And then you start doing your axe chops, and then you press R mode,
Mm-hmm.
and you do like keep pressing R and go into sword mode, and you'll do like a super brave attack comboing. Then after the downward chop of any of the sword moves, transform and you do like a super axe finisher that can immediately go back into the stamina chop.
Okay.
Stamina chop and then back into sword mode.
Huh. So I'm trying it out just to see what's going on. Huh.
Oh, okay, you always had that then. Okay. The roll and the uppercut. I just never really used it.
There wasn't a reason to do it.
Brave, there totally is.
Okay, so from my analysis, you only can transform from the brave stance, but other than that, nothing really changes. So you can't
Yeah.
do any transforming things whatsoever.
And you can draw your weapon into sword mode. That is the thing they kept. So if you're running and press XA, you'll draw into sword mode.
That so nothing changed from what I've seen.
Clearly the fact of
Alright, so now I will attack these dinosaur things just to see what's going on.
Yeah, I think the axe finisher is probably the best way to fill up brave damage with it.
Really?
Either that or maybe the transforming attacks.
I feel like the transforming attack itself is pretty decent. Although it is very difficult to try and get used, try and do it. They are
Yeah.
running away from you. Oh wow, okay. Transforming into sword mode is amazing.
Oh, okay. So why A in sword mode does do the double chop, and then sword mode, if you do YX, it's a quick slash.
So the thing I noticed is that none of them can let you do the standing overhead chop for either this or the alchemy one. They just go into a side swipe.
Yeah. So are you in brave mode?
Not yet. I screwed up by attacking normally.
Oh.
I will go back to hit the plant eaters. Oh no, they're gone. Shit.
Wait, whoa. How did I do that? Whoa. Hold on.
We're
Messing around just with combos, and I was really confused for a second on how I did something.
Oh, there's mini macaws. Come over here. Alright, I got it. Ooh, that dodge is nice.
Oh my god, I didn't know you could do that. Okay.
Oh.
Oh. No, you can transform into sword mode after the downward chop.
What the heck? Okay, this is ridiculous.
Well, potential is like,
What the
watch me
hell?
go. What the?
What? What's with this?
It's transformed weapon.
Okay, so
Holy crap.
okay. So I want to see if this changed. Whoa, okay. What? Oh, that's fun.
Oh, what did they do to Brave Switch Axe?
What? That's so much fun. Holy crap, that's actually cool.
It really is just transform the weapon.
Dude, have you ever did the the burst?
No, I didn't. What can you do after it?
You do double burst and then transform into an axe mode. You can do that.
I don't know. I switched over to alchemy because I was wondering what to change, but you're having fun over there. So
So when you do the charge, when you do the burst, you consume double the explosion, but you do boom and then go back right into boom again, and then you can transform attack. Like you don't have to wait for a waiting period. You just go right back into charging, like attacking. You never have to stop. Holy crap. That's so cool. They really didn't change this in like Switch hacks except make it cooler. I like that. So alchemy is weird. So you should go into sword mode. That's
No,
when
I see what you mean. Like, is it the A combo
the X combo is
that
the
you
weird
have
one.
to? Yeah, you have to do A if you want to stay in sword mode. That's interesting. Huh.
It is super derpy.
If you press A in X mode, you go into sword mode. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I can get behind that.
Oh. Wait, really? Oh, that's cool. All right, so how about this? Okay, you can't do that one. You can do this one. That is so cool. All right, you can definitely transform from this. All right, how about you can transform from that? All right. You okay? How about do you have a dash move? No, you don't.
I mean, you have the dash uppercut, which is super nice.
No, but when you do dash A, you do the dash double swing, double slice with the sword mode.
Wait, so how do you do the double burst thing? Like, you transform, you said?
So you have to go into brave mode, and then just go into sword mode, and then do XA, and just keep tapping X, just like a normal explosion thing, and
Yeah.
keep doing that. You'll do a double burst, and then just spam R.
Oh, okay.
Once you get the second burst, just spam R.
What the hell? How?
It doesn't make any sense. Who did this?
Boom! And then it's like, oh, wait, I didn't do it that time. Maybe I didn't do it.
Like
It
who?
seems like you need, because I can't do it consistently, so it seems like you need to have enough gauge
Yeah.
afterward.
No, it consumes. Well, you can't. You can't do. You do the two burst, and then you can't do anymore because you already used up all of your gauge, your sword gauge.
But I'm
But
pressing R and it doesn't work consistently. Boom, boom.
oh,
Double.
then you have to reload. You can't do anything after that.
Oh, I thought you did double and then like, because
Oh, I
and then
meant the double
transform.
from the just the regular sword burst.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I'm in brave mode. I do the double explosion, then I press R, and then he went into sword mode for like a second, and then went back into axe mode.
Eh, you just reload after that.
Yeah, but I can't consistently do that.
But you at least got the double burst, right? Cause I'm talking about the just where you jab your sword, and then explode, but you do two of them. That's all I'm talking about.
Cats, please stop. I'm trying to build up my brave gauge.
Oh, you can't do. So you, huh? That's weird. Oh, maybe I ran out. I don't know.
Oh, okay, that's how. So you need to have enough sword gauge,
Yeah.
but then you can immediately go back into sword mode and like switch back into axe mode, and then
And then you just do your normal combos or just reload right after and do it
yeah.
again. That is so much fun.
I'm basically like after anything.
Like you never like you can always just stop comboing to do a regular attack, but other than that, just keep transforming. Holy crap. Wait, what? Really? Wait. Oh. That's super fascinating. Huh. I didn't realize that.
But
So, there's this weird thing where if you do the transforming attack, the moment you go into axe mode, it resumes charging up your sword gauge.
yeah, I
But
noticed like in brave mode, your sword gauge charges a lot faster.
yeah, so you can infinitely do that combo because the loss of you doing a sword attack, transform sword attack, is restored the moment you go back into axe mode. That is so weird.
Well, I mean, Generations was the game with the Switch axe, and they were like, let's just make it more awesome. Because why not?
And then they thought double cross was like gun lance.
But I mean, it's like some of these weapons, like longsword, it's just overall good. They didn't do anything to it. Switch axe, it was like, yeah, it was super great in Generations. Let's just keep it super great. Lance, it was too good, but nerf it. It
But
was
they
real
nerfed it
weird.
awkwardly.
Hard played. It was too strong in 4 Ultimate, and it was too weak in Generations. So, here, we don't know what to do anymore with it.
I think I would use this thing. This thing's so derp.
I've used all of the Switch Axe styles.
They are so derp. Holy crap. Alchemy is weird because you always have to do the A combo in sword mode.
X combo and Axe mode.
Yeah. But I guess we didn't do any hunts. We just talked about the weapons. So we're good.
All the awesomeness.
I like Switch Axe. I never didn't like Switch Axe. I just thought it was kind of crap in the other games. Useful, but not great. And then they're like, no, let's just rip this shit.
Generations was like, this is the year of the Switch Axe, and Double Cross was like, we're only making it better.
So I feel like they took all the niche weapons and just like boosted it. Cause like I don't feel like people really touched Gunlance too much. Switch Axe was for the weirdos, honestly, because most people
Switch
just
Axe was super easy mode in Generations.
no. Well, I mean, it's like before Generations, before Cross ever existed. Like Gunlance and Switch Axe were kind of like the weird niche people.
Well, gun lance was used by people and they went on underwater hunts, and but that was about it.
Yeah, but in like For You, it was pretty. Eh. I don't feel like I've seen anyone.
No, for you, gun lance was trash.
And like Switch Axe was kind of like this niche thing that people didn't really understand. Like it was for like the weird people who like was obsessed with it since Try. But other than that, I didn't feel like it was like great. It was always nice because you go into sword mode, roll, and your rolling attack would do this upward slice. So that was nice for like fighting Devil Joe because he has a high stomach.
Yeah.
But most people in 4 you just went to the Charge Blade because it's there. So like I felt like Switch Axe was decent, just like nobody used it. It was not that great. And then Heavy Bowgun was for like the people who either saw videos of people like blasting monsters away, or like for those cheese sets.
Yeah.
Whatever those. So they only used it because it was generally the fastest way to kill any monster, but like I wouldn't say they were proper heavy bowgun users. Elitist thoughts, but that's my thought. I don't know. I felt like those three people used, but they were for circumstances rather than just liking the weapon itself.
I feel like light bowgun I almost never saw.
No, you saw it for like those stun locker peoples.
But I mean, those are the people who at least what they were doing. I'm talking about general.
Yeah.
Like in general, you'd see greatsword, longsword, sword and shield, dual blades, hammer.
I would see.
Switch axe.
I saw a lot of Inseclave because, and For You that existed, and people were just jump spamming all the time, cause you could. Most likely, longsword and dual swords. Hammer not so much. Hunting horn definitely no. Lance, not really. And bow was kind of there.
But it was always the level 1 spammers.
Yeah, the Kelby bow spammers. And then if there was any bow gunners, it's either the people who want to be quote unquote safe and shoot from afar, or those who know like who just took it because of speedrunning strats.
Yeah.
So like Hunting Horn was kind of like slapped away. Gun Lance was also kind of slapped away. Switch Axe was for the weirdos, or like the people who were, Charge Blade was everywhere, freaking thing. And Longsword, obviously Longsword. But now Generation gives like, hey, Lance is viable, and they're like, heavy bowguns. If you're good, that's good. And then Switch Axe is like, lol, let's just beat the shit out of it. And now in Double Cross is like, lol, let's make Gun Lance ridiculous now. To the fact that Lance is kind of stupid now.
These world give Hunting Horn the ultimate treatment. That's all I have.
Dude,
I can go in the world and see Hunting Horn speedrun monsters like faster than every other weapon. I would cry, have like tears of happiness.
Let me say this: if Hunting Horn becomes the fastest speedrunner weapon, I will only use Hunting Horn in Monster Hunter World.
Well, the thing is though, it's like it comes out as a worldwide release, so we won't have the Japanese to be like, yeah, it is, or no, it isn't. We'll have to find out on our own.
Yeah, but
like,
can I just say that?
If Hunting Horn was all of a sudden just better than Heavy Bowgun or Gun Lance or Sword.
I feel like it's hard to get rid of the bowguns because pierce shots exist, and those things are.
None of them us would complain if it's like hunting horn was just for some reason better than heavy bowgun.
Like, it, like if that happens, I will praise the sun.
Praise
Because
the art, Jesus.
like it's always been like hunting horn, like even the videos for Monster Hunter World, like they're like, oh, it's a support weapon and you can have long reach. It's like, well, that's great. What's like, can you show us anything cool about it? Because the video not only just showed you just doing normal hunting horn stuff, you can play with your, like, you can play songs for your friends. It's like, that's great. It's the same thing with the Lance video. It's just what it is. Whereas like the hammer one, you got that thing where you just like beat the shit out of like the monster's head. Or like the dual swords where you can like just roll on top of the enemies and like just slice their entire back.
Or switch axe where you got on the enemy and then
And then
stabbed your sword
explosion.
and then merged.
Or like gun lance where you had that weird artillery bomb that you can just stab into an enemy.
Heavy bowgun has like the moving turret load, and light bowgun has the super weird like trap shots.
Yeah, you have like the mortar or like the like C4 whatever mines.
Insectclave was like, hey, I learned from Tonfas and Frontier and I can fly.
And then longsword actually has better reach now. You can either decide to stab or do the normal like round slash that you finisher that you use. But if you do the stab, you get the giant like smash down.
Sword and Shield seems to just have the Shoryugeki now, like just as a thing.
Yes. And then greatsword's like, lol, I can just tank all your hits.
And bow is like, watch me shoot.
I hear.
Watch me never stop shooting.
But like hunting horn and like lance is fine. That's kind of the point. It's simple. You counter guard. That's it. I'm okay with that. But hunting horn was so depressing. To
You know
me.
what I kind of want to see with Lance, like, and I think this would be a fine thing to add for World. They're always like extendable weapons. Like they always have like, the extension.
Mm-hmm.
Something like a super long poke. The lance just extends further.
Oh, where you can do like some move and you just like slam. You just like extend. What is it? Elongate the lance. Well, Frontier had that like super long reach lance thing.
I'm trying to think what they could add to hunting horn and make the super encores a thing.
So one thing I was disappointed in Generations is that Trump Card, how like each of the arts were buffed. I didn't do that with the hunting horn. I didn't understand any of it.
Like the new hunting horn art seems to be really good.
At least with like the euphony, where you play all the level 1 songs to yourselves. I thought the what is that thing called?
Hard version will let you play the 2. It doesn't.
Yeah. But I might be wrong on this. But Trump Card plays the level 1 tier for everybody. But I don't know. The cats didn't really help me because they just die. So I want to try that at some point. See if that's true. But if it is, then it's actually useful. Like, I like that. But other than that, the hunting horn, like, they need to make Sonic Blast like something useful. Like, let this, like I hope that the blast itself, like maybe level 1 or 2, it's like kind of shit. Still, but like for level 3, you'll always do a flinch on the monster. Not like a big flinch, but like, let's say they, like when you, like just hit them randomly and they just like get ouch, flinch. Like if you can do that, then hunting horn's already buff. But other than that, it's kind of shit.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Hunting Horn is still the slowest speedrunning weapon in this game. Like in Double Cross.
Or if they just like gave the KO value or the raw value just an intense skyrock, like boost.
I don't know if they could do that because like the Hunting Horn is already like the strongest raw weapon in the game. I think they just need to buff the motion values of the attack.
Cause like the gun lance got a buff. Why not the hunting horn?
Yeah.
Oh well. Anyway, now that we talked about this, should we do a demo hunt or should we just call it?
It's up to you because I don't know if there's other styles you wanted to mess with or not.
I don't think so. I feel like in the game itself, I'll actually try it. Right? Because the demo doesn't really do it justice per se.
It does some of them justice, just not all of them.
Not all the weapons, like definitely not with the bow guns or the bow. They're kind of sad.
Yeah, you could try Brave Charge Blade.
I think I'll do that on another time, honestly. What time is it?
Brave Dual Blades.
It's 12:24, so I think we should call it quits here. I think we talked a lot.
Okay.
All right. Are you tired? Do you want to just call it quits?
No, that was just a yawn.
All right. So I don't think anybody was watching, and we kicked out Babs anyway. So there's nobody watching. But since I'm uploading onto YouTube, I will say that this will be the end of the video. So
Woo.
woo!
Excited for Double Cross. Come out already.
Yes, I'm excited, and we didn't show any of the gameplay stuff, so
Yeah.
deal with it.
It's mostly a talk video besides showing off Brave Switch X and how.
Yeah. So I will say this. I don't have any good outros. Like, I don't have an intro and I don't have an outro. So I'll just say thank you for watching.
Never ends.
The hunt never ends, and the pain train still goes.